What's happening, you savages? Happy belated St. Patty's Day. It's a beautiful day to be alive. Tuesday, the 18th of March, the church, New Testament, is here. What's up, beautiful people? Uncle Joey here. If you want the maximum out of your sex life, you need Blue Chew Max. It combines the active ingredients like Viagra and Cialis into one chewable tablet. Bam! This baby's gonna get the job done for you quickly. It acts fast and it seriously lasts. And if that's not enough, Blue Chew's online service sends your ED meds right to your door. Nobody knows nothing. You talk to the doctor, he approves it in 2 days. And listen, in 3 days, you'll be jumping up and down with a new margarita. You know what I'm talking about? Getting started is easy and totally online. You chat with a licensed medical provider, and if you're approved, you'll get your prescription in just days, guys. And listen, whether you don't have ED or you do have ED, no matter what, you're showing up with 3 guns. You follow me? She's not gonna want it. She's gonna call you the next day. What'd you hit me with, Papa? Anyway, make life easier by getting harder and discover your options at BlueChew.com. And there's a special deal for the Church New Testament family. You're going to get 1 month of Blue Chew for free. That's what I'm talking about, okay? It's March. What is it? March, April? Forget it. You start now in March. By July, you'll be a savage. You understand me? So do yourself a favor. Go to Blue Chew and press in promo code JOEY, Joey, and just pay $5 for shipping to get that party started. You understand me? That girl will be fucking jumping up and down when you get through with her with that Blue Chew pill. That's promo code Joey. Visit BlueChew.com for more details and important safety information. Like, don't eat 10 of them, you know what I'm saying? Because then you'll really fucking knock people out. And I want to thank Blue Chew for sponsoring the show.
Welcome back to Syatt!
We're back, bitches. It's a beautiful Tuesday to be alive. It's just me and Lee today, just how you like it. You know, you guys, you put a fucking girl on here, you don't like her. You put a penguin on here, you don't like him. You know, you guys don't like nobody.
Who's the penguin?
Huh?
Who is the penguin?
I don't fucking know. I get emails. Why'd you put the girl on? What the fuck? How many boys can you put on here? How much dick can you smell? You know what I'm saying? You gotta bring a woman in here to give it that fucking touch from time to time. I love having women in here because, listen, I learned from them. She was great last week.
Yeah.
So was the Italian princess, came in here and enlightened us. You guys are, why does there have to be a girl on this show? Well, it's better than looking at a fucking guy all night, right? What the fuck is wrong with you people? But anyway, the co-host tonight is the man himself. He was a little fucked up the last 2 shows. But
I wonder why.
today he went to a rehab, he went to a meeting, and he's making a strong comeback. I wonder why. What the fuck you think this is? This is the church. This ain't no fucking daycare.
Yeah, well,
we come here to get down. This ain't no, you know,
I know,
like.
but then why are you saying I was, like, it's like a big mystery why I was fucked up?
You were fucked up.
It's not like I'm going around New York trying to find this shit.
I said, Lee, I gave him 2 grams of mushrooms.
No, you did not.
Maybe
2 grams.
2.5. Maybe 2.5.
First of all, you sent me pictures of a scale because I told you I've been taking 3 grams on the road for a year. I know what it looks like, and it doesn't look like those.
It's time to break that. 3 grams is time.
Well, then tell me what I'm taking. Don't say I'm taking a gram when I know I'm taking
3
4
fucking
to
grams.
5.
And then last week was the best. We got him on a timer now. Whenever
You
we give him a
faked the
mushroom,
timer.
we got him on
There's
a
no timer.
Because it is the biggest store. Also, he wants to tell you stories
No,
from
I
20 years
didn't want
ago.
to.
He
First
looks
of all,
around. I'll fucking give him a cheeseburger. He'll wolf that thing down, okay? Give him a mushroom. He's looking around.
yeah, I
He's
think anyone
fucking,
watching this would wolf down a cheeseburger before a
Last
mushroom.
week we brought the meatballs from Special, the meatball kin out in Rutherford. This fucking guy, I go, get a piece of bread with a meatball and just put the mushroom in there. What does he do? He's sitting there cutting the meatball, putting
I
little
didn't cut a
pieces in there.
meatball.
It's gonna take him 2 fucking years.
I took 1 piece of bread,
Just
I put the
put the
mushroom
fucking
underneath,
thing
and I
in
put the meatball on top.
And eat
That's
it.
all
This
I
is
did.
every week. Just now we gave him 2 little pieces.
2 little pieces.
And 3 pieces of
Coach,
chocolate. Guys.
listen, my lawyer's here.
I ate the fucking 2 grams and the chocolate before him. And that's a fact. He was still over there looking around, dropping it.
Yeah, because you eat the mushrooms
He
dry.
squeezes it with
because
his
you've been on
fucking
hospital
Jewy
food for a
fucking
month.
sweaty hands. You know, what the fuck you think is going to happen?
I never said that. You don't eat mushrooms quicker than me. You do eat mushrooms
I
quicker
eat
than me.
everything quicker than you, but when it comes down to a cheeseburger, you fucking beat me or a pizza. So
yeah.
And I told him, I said, listen, you want to eat the mushrooms with no drama? Put it in the pizza and fold it.
Where's the pizza? I don't see any pizza.
Well, when we have pizza, you're like, I don't know. And then he eats these 25 milligrams when he's not in
That's
training.
all they sell.
When
You
we
can't
hear-
get. All right. No, hold on. You tell you every week, take edibles, and the strongest they sell in the between Massachusetts and New York is 25 a piece,
Well, then you
maybe
take
a
8 of
50. I've been taking at least not 8.
Two. He takes them with his girlfriend. They rub each other's back.
We don't rub
And
our
they
back.
watch some fucking movie on Lifetime or some shit. We're
First
not
of all,
playing
Lifetime has some good programming.
Okay.
Don't tell me.
We got no Lifetime here. We go for the kill here, Lee. This is the kill shot.
Yeah,
The
but I'm also
church-
out every night. I can't go out
What do you
fucked
have
up every night.
What dog? Yesterday I had a half a chocolate bar. I buy those GMO things. It's a syringe. I can't smoke anymore. So I went to the weed store a couple of weeks ago, and he goes, Joey, if you can't smoke, put the syringe in with that GMO indica.
Oh, the RSO?
Holy shit.
That's good. I just had that.
Dog, I've been putting it on. Yeah,
I
last,
can't wait to hear this.
last Tuesday, it was like 70 degrees out. I sat there from 1 to 5. My wife left. They went to do 1,000 things. They came back. I was still sitting there. She's like, you're enjoying the sun, huh? I go, I'm too fucked up to get up. What enjoying the sun? I'm fucked up, dog. I was fucked up out there, just in my little rocking chair. The cat kept coming out. I would pet him, and then he'd go in. Then he'd come out, Daddy, come back. No, I'm too fucking high. I want to see
Yeah.
the devil. That's training on a Tuesday.
Yeah,
Do you
okay, that's
understand me?
great for you.
No,
That's
this is
First of all, I have a day job, which is fine, but I'm out on the. Everyone, you keep telling
You're
people
home by
to
9:30
mug
at
me.
night.
I'm not home by
You
9:30.
go, you do
I'm
these
never
6
home by 9:30.
9:30, Mama gives
No,
you
I'm
cookies
not
and
home
rubs
by
your feet.
9:30.
Cocksucker.
Jesus Christ.
You're home by
9:30. I
9:30.
haven't been home
I'm
at
back.
9:30 in 6 months.
I'm back. I'm home now. It's fucking 9:30.
I'm never.
What
that
the
is
fuck?
a
Comedy's at
bald-faced-
midnight, cocksucker.
9:30.
He lives a good life, this fucking dude.
Yeah, clearly.
Unbelievable.
I do live a good life, but I'm also not home at 9:30
Yes, you
taking
are.
5 milligrams. I am not.
Yesterday, I didn't do shit Friday night. I didn't do shit Saturday. So Sunday I woke up, I go, I'm going deep today. I went to the gym. I did this thing. I ate a half a bar with that fucking, I put the whole syringe on. I'm up to the whole syringe now. I just
How long has it been? A week?
35. Just one big fucking squirt. I ate that chocolate. Let me tell you something. Then I went to my buddies, and I brought mushrooms with me, and I ate it with a corned beef sandwich with the cabbage. I was fucked up last night. I woke up this morning. I couldn't even talk. I was so fucked up.
Yeah.
And I got right back up, washed my pussy, and I got out there. Before I went to the dentist, I went to the gym, rode the bike. I was a little dizzy from the THC.
Yeah.
When I got to the dentist, even my friend said to me, Joey, you look a little out of it today. And I grew up with her, so I don't have to lie to her. I said, I got fucked up last night.
First of all,
What?
this is for everyone who doesn't know. This is what they give cancer patients. And how long is that tube supposed to last?
2 days.
No, it is not 2 days.
Whatever.
Second of all,
They
this
don't
is
give
why
those
you
to-
have such a high tolerance.
They don't give those to cancer patients.
Yes, they do give. That's exactly
No, they
what it's
don't.
for. This is why
Well,
medical
this is-
marijuana
well,
exists.
At
because
least I won't get cancer. You know what I'm saying? I'm way
I
ahead
don't think
of the
that's
fucking
what it
game.
is.
Okay, so you got to beat the cancer. So why let it get to you? Then you're gonna start doing the tube. Beat it now.
Oh, this is not to beat cancer.
Well, what do you bring cancer up for?
Because it's
You're
for
the
the
kiss of fucking death.
Oh, so now you're gonna blame me if you get it? That's
No,
not-
but I'm just saying, who brought cancer up? You did, cocksucker.
that is true. I'm very sorry.
Unfucking believable. Just eat the fucking mushroom.
And they've been gone for half an hour.
Well, we might eat some more just to show people how slow it takes. That's what we'll do. He wanted to do a video tonight of me doing a reaction to some black guy eating a rat. I'm not doing it. Okay?
It really
I'm not
wasn't gonna
doing
be
it.
that.
Okay? I'm not doing it.
I'm also
We're
not.
gonna have we're gonna do a video tonight after this of how long it takes Lee to eat
I'm
1
not
gram.
eating more mushrooms.
Why not? It's one more little tiny fucking gram.
One more little tiny.
Watch how long it takes him.
It takes me
He
a
has
while.
to
I
put
don't like
pepper
that.
on it and salt.
First of all, it's honey, which he never brings in. Last
brought
week,
honey last
I
week.
knew you were gonna say this. You brought mushroom honey.
Yeah.
You're the only person in the world who gets high on edibles, and then it was like, I have the munchies. Oh, let me eat some more edibles. No, I don't. You don't. What do you look? It's fucked up.
We're in training, Lee.
You can't keep saying that. For
We're
what?
in training, dog. 8, 9, 10 years because we're in training. You don't know what's going to happen. You don't know what's going to happen. What if, well, any day now, Russia's just going to kill Ukraine. They're running out of money. That's almost over.
And I'm not over there. Thank
Enough
God.
with this Ukraine shit. It's big bank, eat little bank. We've been doing it for 2,000 years.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Well, how much? Well, let's say if they get Ukraine,
Right.
they're going to come after the fucking Jews next.
Yeah.
What if they catch you? You want to be trained. What if they start
If they
shoving
get all
you-
the way over
What
here,
if they start shoving you with edibles?
listen. When Russia reaches the U.S. borders, I'll take as many mushrooms as you want.
All right. Well, don't come crying to me. Because they're going to be giving me mushrooms. I don't feel nothing. I'm like Netanyahu. You can keep fucking sticking it to me, cocksucker. But you're going to be there, wait, I need a cheese cracker. I need a half a meatball. No, there's no fucking meatballs in Gaza. Okay? There's
Yeah,
no
because they don't have
meatballs
they don't have
fucking
pork in
Ukraine,
Gaza.
cocksucker.
Jesus
See what I
Christ.
got to live with? Anyway.
I'm so sorry.
On a positive note, you're so sorry. Then
On a
get to it,
positive note.
cocksucker. You're in training. Training means we're Marines. We're not in the Navy. We're not in the Coast Guard. We're not in the Army. We're fucking Marines. We go in there first. So that's the deal. We're the ones that go in there and get blown up and lit on fire.
Oh,
You know, get it
so I'm
together.
pre-lighting myself on fire?
Sure, why not? You're Jewish, you know. You gotta be prepared. You gotta be prepared for the unexpected. You gotta be prepared for the unexpected. Look at all the Jew hate going on in the world right now. You don't know. You might be walking down the street and one of these.
You keep saying that. One guy keeps messaging me. You get mugged yet? You get mugged yet? You get
Yeah.
mugged yet? You get mugged yet?
You're gonna get hit in the head.
I
by
don't
one of
want to
those-
get hit in the head.
One of those college students from Columbia that hates Jews all of a sudden. All of a sudden he's gonna have 3 beers in him. He's gonna clock you in the head with 3 of his little faggy friends. And don't come crying to me the next day. That's all I'm saying.
I apologize.
I don't know if you people have been paying attention. I've been paying attention to this because it's a fucking great question to ask yourself. Today, basically, the 14th was 5 years since the pandemic started. Today was official when they shut everything down. 5 years ago, New Yorkers were going crazy. No, St. Patty's Day. You're done. Go drink at home. You know what I'm saying? Go drink and puke at fucking home. Same difference. But it's crazy. That's been 5 years ago. Now I'm not here to talk about Fauci or the pandemic or the fucking shot. I don't give a fuck. But it's so weird. Like, I want you guys to think about 5 years ago, how much your life has changed since then.
It's crazy. Like,
It's
even, take the
fucking
pandemic out
crazy.
of it. Yeah. My life is completely, like, if you had asked me, if you told me this is what my life would be, I wouldn't have believed you. It's completely different. There's almost, the only thing that's the same is this. And everything else is different. And it's, I'm not going to say not everything's better, but at least for me, I'm very, like, luckily, I'm like, it's like 1,000 times better than I would have imagined.
What were you going through when they said everything shut down?
We were living in LA. I have no idea really what I was, but I was close to 300 pounds, if not over it.
Over it.
Well, the thing is, when
I'll take the
I didn't know.
over.
Well, I don't think so, because by December of that year, it was 336. So between March and December, yeah, so probably close.
Yeah, the pandemic killed us.
But I was single. I wasn't very happy. But the weird thing is, like, I thought I was. I didn't think I was unhappy. There were parts of my life that I wasn't happy with, but I didn't think this is probably the happiest I've been that I can remember in my adult life, which is crazy. But like comedy I was having a blast at comedy, but honestly, I wasn't tired of it, but it was just I was really only doing open mics, and that can get a little bit old. And I was single and living in LA, and yeah, it's my whole life has done like a complete 180.
How has your mind changed since then?
Well, it's kind of hard. I have like two different minds. I have like a stand-up mind and like a personal mind. My personal mind, I feel like I've gotten stronger. I've had some good and bad shit happen that like I feel like I'm definitely stronger. But we were talking before the podcast started about experience, and it's just until you experience certain things, you don't know how you're going to deal with it or who you're going to be. And like moving, like this move that I did over the last 6 months has been like a lot of good and a lot of bad and a lot of like just not easy. Like it's not that my life was easy in LA, but it was a lot more comfortable.
Really?
Yeah. I mean, yeah, we did the podcast twice a week. I was in the same apartment for 6 years, and I wasn't really challenging myself, I guess.
No, we all got comfortable. I
Yeah.
remember that.
And I like, the weight loss, you can say. I joined a gym 2 weeks ago, which I would have never. You begged me for years to do that, and I never would. I
I know
just
you went to a class, looked and
I went
left.
to two classes. I did a yoga class, which I thought was going to be easy. Turns out yoga is not fucking easy.
No,
And then I
it's
went
not.
to a class the next day that made yoga look really fucking easy. I can't tell you, to take comedy out of it, how happy I am. Like, I don't know if anyone else watching this can relate to it, and it doesn't have to be New York, but for me, it's New York. For me, New York has like always been the place I want it to be. And so for me, I was waiting at the train station yesterday before a set, and like there was a band playing in the train, and you're gonna make fun of me, but like I teared up a little bit, and I'm not really a crier, but like I don't know, man, just there's something about if 16-year-old me saw where I was, like he would be really fucking excited for what, and I don't know how excited he would have been looking at 31-year-old me. It's been pretty crazy, and it's crazy because it's a lot changed in 5 years, but it's also been like the last year has changed a lot, I think, for both of us. So I'm a completely different person.
Last week I was thinking about, like, fuck, it's the same as the year of the pandemic. The 14th was on a Friday when I got the call they were shutting down the movies and the store and all that. And then Monday it was official. And I remember when, you guys are going to think I'm fucking crazy. I was doing 4 theaters a weekend, right? 2 podcasts, 4 fucking planes. I was trying to raise a daughter, and I was fucked up 3/4 of the day. Fucked up. Edibles, getting up at 7, doing 18 bong hits. It was just too much. And it was, you think you're happy. You're picking up money, you're doing stand-up, your sets are good. The store was fucking at its best ever.
Yeah.
But I'll never forget the day they said, like, we're done. And, like, I just was like, thank fucking God. And they were like, yeah, I might open up in June. Not for me. It ain't. Like, after, like, the 3rd day, I'm like, what the fuck is going on? Like, and I knew I was leaving already. I knew this was the perfect opportunity. When I came back here to shoot the Soprano movie, I'm like, what the fuck am I doing in L.A.? I really was. I would come over to eat at night over here, and I would be home by 9. I would go, what the fuck am I doing in L.A.? And then I went back, and that pandemic hit, and I was like, thank God. And they would call me like, do you want to reschedule your dates? And I'm like, leave me the fuck alone. I'm not rescheduling shit. Call me when this is over. And, oh, well, it's going to be over in September. You better be prepared. Then they kept calling you to go to Florida and Texas because they were wide open. Like 2 weeks after the pandemic, like, yeah, go to Texas. Agents are calling you. I guess Pennsylvania was doing comedy. I'm like, guys, I don't think you heard me. I ain't going nowhere. And they were like fucking getting pissed.
Really?
Oh, because I was like, they're like, what do you want to do about these dates in July? Do you want to keep them? Do you want to reschedule them? Cancel them. And they're like, what do you mean? I go, cancel them. Give them their money back. Don't reschedule. And then I moved in August. And I remember that I went to a party. This is already open. Not full, but it was kind of open.
Okay.
And I went to a party at the Florentine's house. And the sister she goes, I was there last week at Parks Casino, and they still got your flyer up. You're going on next week. And I was furious. I went home and called the agent. I go, give them their fucking money back. Well, you're there. You might. No. Give them their fucking money back. I got so uncomfortable during the pandemic.
Yeah, you really.
Oh, I was uncomfortable. I was irritable. I didn't want to hear it. I was sick of living in L.A. Like, I was just done. Like, for me, the pandemic was a fucking godsend.
And no part of you. And Parks is a different story because it's a big deal and it's like a big place. But like, no part of you like wanted to get on stage just to like get that out of your system.
I was burnt the fuck out. And I had no idea what it felt to be burnt out. And I was burnt out emotionally, physically, and mentally. Like, my body was done. The anxiety was up to a different level. I was popping the Xanaxes, and the Xanaxes were giving me anxiety.
No.
Yeah, they were like fuel. It just bounced. It's called a bounce or some shit. And I couldn't focus. I could not focus. I still remember Ari coming to the house and me going, when is this kid gonna leave? Like, I can't have me. I couldn't have people in the house. There was no fucking way I could have people that close to me.
What was fueling the anxiety or the burnout?
The burnout was 10 years of not stopping. Dog, I didn't take vacation. You know me, dog. I'm not one of those guys that we're going to stop now and take a 12-day vacation to Hawaii. First off, it ain't going to work out for you because I see everything in 3 days. After 3 days, if I didn't see it, we'll catch it next time. I ain't got time for 12 fucking days, you know? That was my mentality. You know, I'm a basketball guy. If you're not practicing, somebody else is.
Absolutely.
Okay? If you're on the beach, for 12 days, there's a motherfucker out there that's practicing all day. And you're down there hanging out with Flipper. That works for 3 days for Uncle Joey. I don't drink.
Right.
You know, I don't drink. So after like one drink, the sun hits you, I get a migraine. That ship sailed. You go to the water, you know, you see some people, you go to a restaurant. It's time to go home. I got to make money. You know, that was always my mentality.
Right.
I don't understand people going on vacation. I never understood it. We ain't got time because I don't want to hear you coming to me going, I don't know what's going on with my life. Bitch, you went on 2 vacations. You went on 2 vacations for 18 days. One for a fucking wedding for 9 days. Who the fuck are you? My main thing was like, who the fuck are you to go on a vacation? When you got $1 million, then you go on vacation because you don't have to worry about it. But you go on a vacation, by the 8th day, you're like, this is going on the Visa card. And I just lost 10 days of work with my family, and they're at Disney robbing me blind.
Yeah.
You know, that's all you're thinking about. But these are the same people that have come up to you in 3 years. I don't know what's going on in my business. Well, every summer you go down the shore like you fucking earned it. Like you're Johnny Bumby. You're not Johnny Bumby. You got to work, bitch. You know, so I never understood that.
Has your mindset changed over the 5 years?
Fuck no.
Okay.
I still don't want to go anywhere for more than 3 fucking days. I got shit to do.
Okay.
Who's going to sit there? You know, when you're 90, maybe you could sit there with your feet up like those dudes in a fucking Corona commercial. You know, Snoop Dogg and the white dude, I can't do that.
But knowing what you know, knowing that you burnt out, do you wish you took? I'm not saying 14 days in the south of France, but
I wish I would have taken time to smell the roses more. But that still didn't mean vacation. And what I mean by that is maybe going to a concert a week at the Hollywood Bowl. I should have taken Dean Delray up for more concerts, maybe gone to a couple sporting events. I should have done that. But I had so many people that cry in LA. So many people cry in life. I never wanted to be one of those guys. Somebody offers you money, they offer you a $400 gig. Can you imagine 10 years from now, you're fucking $400 short on the rent, and you're like, I should have taken that gig. Right. That's how I think.
Did you see Bill Burr's special yet?
Yeah, bits and pieces of it.
Because his whole thing, like a big part of it was like how he changed his point of view or his relationship with his wife. And it was, you know, it was interesting. I thought the special was really good, but you know, changing your perspective. So like now that you're starting to do more stand up again, are you gonna smell the roses more? Are you gonna do anything?
I have a daughter. That's my rose. That's my rose. Where am I gonna fucking go? Like, you know, you have to be around them when they're young. You got to be there. If not, they grow up like everybody else, fucking half retarded. I don't know what my daddy is. You know, I don't want to live through that shit. That's my biggest fear.
Right.
For how to have daddy issues. I lived in LA for 23 years. Everybody I met had daddy issues, and you could fucking see it. So that's my rose. Yeah, spend time with her. But at the same time, you know I was spending time with her before LA.
Of course.
You know, I was always there during the week. On the weekends, I was gone. And she told me. She told me when she was 7, you got to stop. And I said, you're right.
That was
You're
5
right.
years
I got
ago,
shit, like right now, I got shit people offering me. I ain't missing a softball game. Why would I? I don't want to miss a fucking softball game. Whatever you got to offer me, because every time I'm at a softball game on a Saturday or Sunday, I always ask myself to check myself. Where would I rather be right now? And you put yourself through scenarios. I'd rather be at a Chinese orgy doing fucking, shooting up morphine and just sitting there with my mouth open. That sounds like fun.
That does sound like
I'd rather
fun.
be here.
Okay.
So that's how I feel. Like, I can't sit in a hotel room all day on a Saturday ever again. Like, ever again.
Wow.
I did it for 30 fucking years. I did it for 30 years to wake up on a Saturday, have a great breakfast, take a walk around the town, and now it's 1 o'clock. And your show's at 8 o'clock, and you got to sit in your hotel room or maybe go to a movie, and then you call home, and my wife's out with the girls, and they're jumping up and down, and the kids are yelling, and you got to sit in your lonely hotel room listening to these kids having a good time.
Right.
You
Yeah.
know? So that was my smell the roses. Ever since they put me in a fucking hospital a month ago, 2 months ago, 3 months ago, I looked at my wife and I go, this is completely different. So I changed my perspective. This is completely different now. You know, I always loved my wife. I mean, no, you know, I like to strangle her sometimes, but I love my wife.
Right.
25 years, but yeah, you have to look at things a lot differently. But that shit I was doing in LA, like I told you, I would take a boxing class or whatever, kickboxing. I get 16 calls in 45 minutes. I have to get up and go out and and it was for nothing. Nothing. You could tell me this shit later. Nothing. Once I realized it, I'm like, I'm not picking up these phone calls no more. Let them fucking call 80 times. I'm not picking it up no more. 16, 17 phone calls in 45 fucking minutes. Hi, you have a gig in 2 months? You want to know what music you want? Listen.
Nah.
Go fuck you. They bother you. They fuck
Right.
And then the agent's putting desperation in you. Oh, we got a gig for you. You got to take it. Got to take this gig. And I'm like, no. It just was something that I just fell apart. That's what really happened. Like during the pandemic, I just fucking fell apart. I was like, I remember still getting on stage here. It was an outdoor show.
I didn't know you did one of those.
And I went out there and I see bats flying around and shit. And there's a fucking something moving in the weeds. And I'm like, I got up there and I had to look around the whole time. You could see mosquitoes were biting me and shit. I'm like, I'm not doing this. I ain't doing stand-up for a while. I didn't do it for a long fucking time. And then after I got back on stage, guess what?
What?
Still didn't want to do it.
That's crazy.
Couldn't even break through like a barrier couldn't even break through. Couldn't think of material. Couldn't be funny. Didn't even care. Then I stopped again for like another 11 months. I'm like, I'm not getting on fucking stage.
Fuck.
I was done, guys. And I'm done now. Like people offer me shit all the time. Movies, and I'm like, fucking, I gotta go all the way up there and do that and listen to that nonsense. And if it's like a high-end fucking movie that I'm like the shit in the movie, yeah, because I'm learning something. But for me to do a movie for fucking people I don't know and go away for 4 days, I'm not doing that no more. I just don't, you know? If it's something exciting like Tom Cruise and and I'm pushing them off a plane or something.
Right.
Fuck, I would love to Tom Cruise push that motherfucker off a plane.
Oh, yeah.
And I love him. I'm just saying that
You
that's
wanna
what
be
I
the
want
guy,
to
yeah.
do. I don't want to do no fucking. They want me to go to Vegas to be a mobster. I'm not doing that the second week of July. It's 140 degrees. And I got to shoot. Fuck you. I'm not doing that shit. I'd rather not have insurance.
Jesus Christ.
I'd rather not have insurance. I'd rather pay the money than have to put up with that. I want to do something that's cool.
Right.
Stand up, same thing. If you think I'm leaving for a Thursday to Saturday, you got rocks in your fucking head. I'll tell you, but I'm going to leave Thursday night after the show.
Jesus.
I'll know that once I start thinking about it, I'm like, I'm not staying here Friday and Saturday. I'm catching the first flight out of here in the morning. And that's what because I know me.
Right.
But
At least you do.
That's what changed me after the podcast. I got a little bit more patience. I wanted to be around my family a lot more. I want to be, I was out there in the wild for 23 years with those savages. And there was a lot of people that I really had a good time with in L.A. And there was a lot of people who meant the world to me in L.A. But there was a lot of motherfuckers I didn't like. A lot more than what I liked. Do you know what I'm saying?
Oh, yeah, of course.
Like, I liked a certain amount of people. I feel more comfortable now that I'm in Jersey,
Okay.
And this is the comfort I needed. There was no way I was going to pick up after L.A. and move to another state. That was not going to happen. I was not going to leave L.A. The only state I considered over Jersey was Colorado.
Wow.
But they didn't have no school the whole year. So I was like, I'm going back to Jersey. I can't take my daughter at home for another fucking year. You'll shoot yourself in the head in the computer and the back. Fuck that.
Do you think if Colorado had school, would you have gone there?
Yeah.
Whoa. Okay.
But I think I would have been here by now.
Yeah. Would have been too much.
I think I wasn't ready to go and be a stranger again. Mm-hmm. I didn't want to be a fucking stranger in a land and start from scratch. No, I'm 60. What am I, I might as well, and I love that I live here now. Where I live is a little on the boring side, but that's how I like it. The other night I heard something outside, and there was a deer that crashed into my house. I'm like, what the fuck is outside in the yard, And I enjoy that about it. And I enjoy my life now. I don't have much going on down there, which was a hard to go from
transition.
us on Studio City
Right.
to just moving down there. It was rough. And I figured it out. And ever since the first of the year, I haven't even been going out at night. I used to always take a ride. Now I'm not smoking dope, so I don't even take that ride anymore at 8. If somebody calls me from LA and I got shit going on, I'll go, you know what? I'll leave here at 7, and that's 4 in LA, and I could still talk to them about whatever they call me. That's the only time I'll take a ride. But I don't really want to hang out at bars anymore. I don't want to do anything.
How do you feel not smoking?
It was time. It was, she's getting older. Kids are starting to come over the house. I smoke all day, guys. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm one of those guys that I don't know how to do it like everybody else. I get up in the morning, I have a cup of coffee, I give it like 30 minutes, and I'm sparking at 6:45. Most people are drinking coffee and watching CNN. What's Trump doing today? And I'm already fucking out in the garage. Bang, bang, bang.
Right.
And that's what lets me know what the day is going to bring. Like, as sad as it sounds, man, I don't know what I want to do. And now I'm not smoking. And again, I know what I want to do. And sometimes I just blast off with that syringe. I was going down there and buying one a day. I went down there the other day and bought like 8 of them. I said, give me all of them, dog, because this is going to be a long week.
Jesus Christ.
Sometimes I put them right on the mushroom. Oh, Lord.
I love, you always act like you're sober. There's no sober
There's no sober.
at all. Which, by the way, these are starting to kick in.
Saturday I was sober. And Friday night I was sober all day.
Nothing?
But Sunday, shit. It's
The
the
Lord's
Lord's
Day?
Day.
Yeah.
You got to be ready on the Lord's Day. You got to be prime. I don't give a fuck about the rest of the week. But Sunday, it's just a good day to get fucked up early, like 10 o'clock.
Do you miss smoking at all?
Yes and no. Because I'm addicted to this. You know, the fucking getting the bong and playing with your weed and, you know, going to get it and it's good and it's 38% and you fucking dry it. You know, I have systems in my house. I have like the drawer when it's wet. Then I dry it in here. Then it gets promoted to the top shelf over here. And then I'll smoke it and I'll have like 4 kinds up here. But I have 3 kinds down there. So I had like this little game going. You know?
Yeah, of course.
Now that little game is over with.
Well, because you did it, I don't know, 40-something years, 50-something years you smoked every day. Do you ever, like, think, like, fuck it, I'm just going to smoke?
No, because I don't want to end up back in the hospital. It
Right.
just doesn't make any... Listen, I don't know if that's what it was, but I know that I've been out of the hospital now for 2 weeks with no problems. I'm not fucking gagging. I'm not choking. So let's blame it on the smoke for now.
Yeah.
In 6 months, I might feel a lot different, and shit, I got to do what I got to do, you know?
Right.
But right now, but who knows? I'm the type of guy that once you're off something for a while, just go, why am I going to go back to it? I'm already off this for a month. Now I'm going
Right.
to start this up again. And for me, it wasn't even fun anymore.
Right, exactly.
Because I had to go down to the weed store every 2 days and mix the weed around, and you got to find them. There's just so much weed in Jersey, so you're looking at 3 stores every day. I'm looking at 3 different websites when I wake up in the morning, looking to see who's got the best weed. I don't need that shit no more, man. I'd rather put my energy into whatever the fuck I'm doing now. Right now, I'm just trying to get healthy. I got a couple shows coming up. I want to do the best job I could do. That's it. I have nothing else on my agenda. Everybody else could suck my dick.
And how does it feel? Because, like, I'm trying to compare you to me. Or even just you 10 years into stand-up. Like, now that you have all the power and all the control.
What power and control
Because you can say...
are you talking about?
What do you mean? Maybe not, but to me, in my head, you could call any club in the world and be like, I want to come in, boom, boom, boom. I want to come in tonight. And you would never bump anybody.
No.
But at least for stand-up, the world is open to you. That's the way I look at it. I'm sure there's some clubs that might not like you or whatever. But like to...
I don't like them.
Exactly. But like to have that control and to be able to say no, like to say no to some things that I'm sure you 10 years in, like, what the fuck are you saying no to this for?
Here's the secret to this. Here's the secret to this, and you're really going to think about this. We've always had the control. We just never wanted to impose it.
How?
And like I told you, I had a rule after the 3rd year of comedy. I don't mind coming into your club and showcasing. But I would make, as you ever say something, and as you're saying it, you know you're fucking up. Because I was saying it, I knew I was fucking up. But at the same time, it was saving me 6 months of my life. And I would call people up and go, how you doing, Sean? Joe Diaz. Yeah, your friend. I want to come in and do a showcase. Well, I'll be there Sunday night. Sean. And I would say it just like this. 3 years in, I'm going to come down there on a Sunday night. I'm going to showcase for you like a gentleman. When I get off the stage, is there somebody going to be there to give me a week's work of comedy? Now, that's 2 things. You're already putting the seed in his ear that I want a booking. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is tough to say to somebody.
Yeah.
And number 2, I don't want to get off the stage after I kill and you tell me some story that you're going to tell the owner.
Right.
You're just some $100 a night manager. I'm not going to your fucking club. And they would hang up on me.
Holy shit.
Some people tell me to go fuck myself, but I didn't give a fuck.
Saved you.
That little control thing was the whole thing that at least I got. Then they started with, you got to send a tape. Mm-hmm. You know how many tapes I sent in my life? 1. And it was blank. Fuck you.
Yeah.
We've always had the control. It's just we don't take it. And then we get pissed off when people walk all over us.
Right. I ran into a situation, I wanted to fucking yell at someone yesterday, but he's associated in a way maybe with a club that I want to work at.
And they're not.
Right.
They're not.
Right.
Because they're bums. And they're going to threaten you, and they're going to say, you'll never work here again. And by the time you're rocking and rolling, they're not even in the business no more. Like the people that were in the business in 1997, when I got to L.A. that were laying threats. I'm a manager. I never saw them again in
Right.
2008.
Fuck.
They got into real estate or into the .com business.
Right.
Yeah, they got into the .com. Everybody left. In 99, everybody got into that business. Not .com, whatever the fuck.
Yeah, tech,
A lot of
website.
those people left. So these people are the ones that pull, like, oh, I don't like when you come to the club and do that. That's control. Anybody who knows a comedian knows you don't tell me what the fuck to say. Because whatever you tell me not to say, I'm going to go up there and say it first. That's why you don't put no boundaries on a comedian at all. So when I'm walking into your club and you're like, oh, excuse me, I don't want no fart jokes and no poopy jokes. Bitch, I'm going to open up with a fart joke just to piss you fucking off.
Yeah.
Okay, I saw this guy, Kevin Fitzgerald. Kevin Fitzgerald, you two guys are all young except for George. Kevin Fitzgerald had a show on Animal Planet. He was a vet with white hair. I don't know, you guys remember him. Old dude. That dude looks old. That dude will fucking take your throat out. He was in Vietnam. He's one of those crazy motherfuckers in Vietnam. Then he came back on the GI Bill and became a veterinarian. And then somewhere along the line, he became a comic. But before that veterinarian shit, he was the Stones bodyguard. He was on tour with the Stones when that shit happened. They got stabbed and Altamont and all that shit. Kevin Fitzgerald, you look at him, he looks a little weird, but that motherfucker got stories, and that motherfucker's dangerous. So in 1993, he was at the Comedy Works, and he did a joke about this is your brain, and this is your brain on drugs. Remember, there used to be the egg? Mm-hmm. And when he got off stage, some big guy came up to him, and he goes, Bill Hicks is here, and you're opening for him. Mr. Hicks said not to do that joke. Next time you open it. He went back, thought about it, and he goes, fuck Bill Hicks. He went up there and did the joke. The muscle guy came up to him again, and Kevin goes, I would have taken his fucking throat out. But Bill Hicks came up to him and said, hey, we told you not to do that joke, and you did it. You're on tour with me.
Fuck, I would have done the joke.
Guys, you have to somewhere as a comic say, this is what I'm going to do, and if you don't like it, I'm moving the fuck on. But that's why when they tell you, like, we can't say this at my club, well, you called me, number one. And number two, I'm saying what I'm fucking saying. And if you don't want to hire me after this, that's fine.
Right.
But don't you ever fucking tell me what I can and cannot do.
Because I've been struggling with, I don't like feeling like this, but the feeling that I've felt in New York with stand-up is a little bit desperate. And I don't like feeling like it. But there's just you're just kind of out there.
You're out there, bro.
And with like, it feels like the Titanic, like when the Titanic sank and everyone's in the water.
Well,
that's where I am, right? Oh, well, yeah,
That's
right
the mushrooms.
now for sure. But I'm just talking, like, just even comedy-wise, you're just waiting for someone to help you do something. And, like, if someone told me I don't want to hear this joke or that, I'd be like, okay, whatever.
You know, feel desperate, but always have your fucking boundaries.
I don't like feeling
You are
desperate.
a man, and you have your own boundaries.
Right.
You know, it's like when I stopped doing coke. I was a complete different comic and a complete different individual because I didn't want to ruffle any feathers. God forbid I can't get my package tonight.
Right.
You follow me? So never mind the club or whatever. I was always concerned about that. Once I took that out of my life, it was completely different for me. And that's when my career really started because I started telling people, like, this is what I'm doing.
Fuck.
Yeah, but you got to work Sunday. Now, if you know any of the stories about me, I didn't work Sundays when I was featuring.
That's
I
crazy.
told them to go fuck themselves. I'm not working. Tell your mother. Would you call your mother? That's the attitude you got to tell people. Can I talk to you for a second? It's Sunday. Would you make your mother come in here on a Sunday? No. Then why are you making me come in here on a Sunday? Call your mother next time to work a Sunday. And they'll look at you like, it's the truth. It's like when an agent calls you and says, I got an audition for you at 5:30 downtown L.A. Again, would you send your mother down there at 5:30? No, I wouldn't. Then why are you sending me? Call them and get me a decent time. And they'll either say no or they'll call and get you a decent time.
Right. But, like, that's where I was going with it because they'll give you a decent time because they like you or they want you. And if you're just a nobody at the beginning, they're like, fuck you. If you don't want to come at 5:30, then fuck off.
Hey, Doug, when I started at the store, they used to give me 1 a.m. spots.
Right.
But it was the store.
Of course.
Okay, it wasn't Phil's Auto Garage. You know,
Right.
at midnight with a bunch of fucking, what do you call those little white kids from Brooklyn? The
hipsters, yeah.
Hipsters, whatever the fuck they
Yeah.
call them. Little fags, whatever, sitting there with the little fucking raccoon eyes or whatever the
Right,
fuck
but
they
yeah,
wear.
yeah.
It's completely different.
Of course.
But I still remember doing open mics at 2 in the morning, and one day I decided I wasn't gonna fucking do it no more. And then I started doing those early ones you do, and they're fucking worse. Hamburger Harry's at 4:30. There's no reason. And the only reason to go in there is to get a noose and put it up on the thing and go, here's my 5 minutes, and just hang yourself. They're rough, and I know the position you're in.
Right.
But you have to, right now they're giving you a wall.
Yeah.
You're a smart Jew. You got to figure out how to go around that wall. And they're going to give you another wall.
Right.
And you have to figure out how to go around that wall. And that's what we're discussing in the beginning. When we got here tonight, we're talking about how important basics is. Like I was talking about how I could take Lee tomorrow and go, Lee, fuck my wife, fuck Mercy. I'm going on the road with you. We're doing every weekend. And I'll take him to 3,000 seat theaters. We'll do 2 shows a weekend. And after 5 years, Lee will be a great comic until he has to do a show in front of 20 people. He's going to lose it. Lose it. Your leg's going to start twitching because that you didn't cover the bases. And it's like that old commercial. Remember Pennzoil, George? You can either pay me now or you can pay me later.
Yeah.
But you're going to pay me, motherfucker. So get it over with now instead of... Right now,
Right.
you're a new man in L.A., in New York. Mm-hmm. They're not going to open the doors for you and give you the red carpet treatment.
No.
You're intelligent. You already know that. You got to get there. Now, I'm going to be as honest as I can with you. I couldn't figure out New York. That's why I got the fuck out of here. Because I didn't know 4 people to bring to the shows.
Right.
Well, George, and he would disappear. I
Yeah.
would pay him $10. I'll be right back. Pay him. I went to get a lighter. Whatever the fuck. So you can't do bringer shows.
Right.
My friends fucking animals.
I got so lucky yesterday with people.
And then the spots are 2 in the morning. Mm-hmm. Every once in a while, the New York Comedy Club will give me a spot. Mm-hmm. But I would stop on 181st Street to get Coke and do the Coke before I had my spot, and then I have to cancel my spot.
Right.
So it was always a fucking nightmare for me. So I chose to develop in Colorado.
Right.
But you're doing a great job here considering. Now, like I said to you, I would love to walk in with you to the New York Comedy Club and go, I'm doing 20, give Lee 10. What's that going to do for you?
Nothing. And
Now
it's-
you're forcing my hand.
right. And I've never asked you for that. And
No,
I wouldn't.
no.
But
I wouldn't do it.
Right.
Because I know where it would end off. If we did it in 10 different clubs, 9 of them would hate you, and 1 of them would go, I like the fucking kid.
Right. Dude, one of my, and it's, I don't know if this is something to be proud of or not, but like one of the things I was most proud of in LA was that like I never had to call my parents and ask for money. That was one thing that I just took pride in. And, you know, I'm sure there's a lot of people listening who don't, whatever they think about me being a stand-up, I know that I'm working really hard at it, and it's what I want. And I don't want to look back in 10 years and be like, oh, I only got in because Joey called X, Y, and Z. I'm having, as much as I'd love to be in at all the clubs right now, and I'd say yes if they called, I'm having fun, doing the bar. The only place that'll have me right now is barbershops. I do barbershops every fucking month. Someone invites. I feel like it's like they're fucking. They bring me to a barbershop, and the shows are great. But I've done like 8 barbershops.
That's okay.
And it's like, what the fuck? I'm the only guy with no hair in a barbershop. But I love it. It's been, dude. New York is, and I did. It was a weird. Because yesterday I did, I think, 3 mics. 2 of the mics would have got canceled. And what I use mics for now is I really only use them to just say the words. Johnny Rock in LA gave me great advice of just like, you can't go there looking for a response. You just go there to practice. And like, that's what I'm using them for now, is just as a, because it did. If I hadn't have done those mics, my set last night wouldn't have gone as well, because I changed. I'm not at a place yet where I can look at my notebook and like see if things are gonna work or see if the order's right. I have to do it, and then I'm like, oh, okay, then that. So for me, that's what I'm using that stuff for New York, because I'm nowhere close to figuring out New York, but I'm further along today than I was in January when I really started. Because like even when I got here in September, I was gone every week. I was here in town for 2 days a week, maybe.
I was watching something the other day where, what's his name? Schultz.
Andrew.
Andrew was on Club Shay Shay. Mm-hmm. And he was talking about Rogan. And he goes, you know, Rogan has made a lot of millionaires, you know. And I thought about it. I was sitting there going, what the fuck? Rogan didn't make millionaires. He opened up the door for people. Mm-hmm. And people still had to do the work.
Yeah.
I know 10 guys that Rogan was helping that never, they're still feature acts. I know comics that Rogan got with Dave Sussman. They're still feature acts, you know. I still remember getting the longest shot and somebody going, must be nice for Rogan to call Adam Sandler. I'm like,
Fuck off.
do you really think that's how they do shit? You know, like, so I know the feeling of people thinking
Right.
that they made a call for you and not. They didn't make a call. They said something on a podcast, and I had to deliver the goods every fucking night.
Right.
I still had to write the comedy. I still had to go down there. There's people, look at Last Comic Standing. Open up the door for 10 comics. Where are they today? Teaching comedy classes?
On Zoom.
You know, these guys had opportunities. They just didn't know what to follow. Mm-hmm. People always, I always thought about this. People always want to get on Rogan. When I started, it was always Letterman. It was always Johnny Cash, Johnny Carson.
Right.
Well, that's the one thing. It's what you do after you get that. Mm-hmm. That's going to rock it. It's not getting that. I got my job. All right, now what? You got the job. Now what the fuck are you going to do with it? Mm-hmm. That's what you're always planning. Like I'm always planning not what's in front of me. I'm already planning exactly how this goes down without moving a finger. I let things do it for me. I'll give you an example. I'm doing the garden next week.
Fuck yeah, dude.
Okay? No, but don't knock me. Everybody knows this. I'm opening up for Tom. I'm doing 20 minutes. No big. I didn't earn it. He called me
You
and
did
said,
too earn it.
do you want it? And I took it. Now, the picture that somebody's going to take of me and post, I don't have to do the work. There's 18,000 people there. Let's pretend 100 of them take a picture and put it up at the post the next day. The next day, just people see that and they go, I'm going to go see where I could buy a ticket. But I know that. I'm using it as a workout. I'm using the garden as a 20-minute fucking workout. I got no material to do.
Yes, you do.
I'm using it as a fucking workout. But I already know where it's going to take me. Like, I'm already thinking like that. You're not going to get that from just starting comedy today. You're going to get that from over time and doing it. And you start learning different fucking things, you know, and that's what I like about what you're doing right now, Lee. Don't worry about where you're at. You're doing it. That's the most important thing. I know 20 people at home right now going, I want to do stand-up. Well, I'm going to stay home and watch the Knicks tonight because the Knicks are going to be in the play. Okay. The Knicks are more important to you than anything else. I know 100 people. Like I said, we could put a fucking sign out tomorrow, put a building in New Brunswick by Rutgers and go, be the next Joe Rogan, learn how to podcast. I could quit doing comedy. Yeah. I have a sucker in there every fucking 20 minutes. I want to be like Rogan. I shaved my head. I got tattoos. I want, you know, it's crazy. People think, you got to put the work in. Mm-hmm. It's nice. I mean, it's nice to be a bartender. Remember, George, when we were kids? Yeah, Bruce Willis was a bartender. And somebody went in there and put him on Miami Vice. Yeah, like you bought that fucking line. No, you had to go to acting class. We didn't know a bunch of shit. Like when he got Miami Vice, he was involved in 20 things already. When he was shooting Miami Vice, he got the show on ABC. But growing up, they said, oh, he was bartending. Some guy went in there and saw him bartending. Unless he's sucking dick behind the bar, doing this shit, poor Bruce Willis. Now he don't remember. You know what I'm saying? Now he don't remember.
God. Right.
But that's, you know, we all think that things are going to happen from fucking influencers, these girls that are hot. And they're like, oh, if I do one profile, somebody will put me in a movie. They're going to put you in a movie, but they're gonna fuck the shit out of you first. You're gonna have sperm coming out of everywhere like a Harvey Weinstein milkshake. They'll put you in a movie, but I don't want you to think they're putting you in a movie because of your artistic fucking whatever. They're putting you in a movie because you got big tits, and they'll just take you. They'll cut you out. They'll tell you a movie, and they'll cut you out. You'll be the next. Who's that really hot chick that's in all the movies, and she's a fucking nightmare to work with? I just saw her acting in a movie. First off, it was the worst movie I ever saw in my life. The Expendables.
Okay.
God, that's terrible. But the Fox girl, that's her name? It's Megan Fox, she was in that. And I'm like, this is what she's going to do the rest of her life. Mm-hmm. Somebody fucked her, she's hot, and this is it. But there's no fucking great roles for her. There's no fucking pretty women for her, or, whatever the fuck those roles are.
Well, let's take that out, though. So, like, because you did it in acting, too. You did the $100 a day. If someone called you for The Longest Yard when you were just in LA and you had only done a couple of things, would you have, like, been ready, or, like, what?
Well, I would have got ready, bitch. Sometimes you got to get ready. So for me, listen, I have two trains of thought here. The one train of thought is you could just read a book so much. That's what we have as Americans. I want to be a writer. Let me go to fucking the place and buy 20 books on writing. Mm-hmm. You just killed yourself for 5 years reading.
Right.
The only way to get good at writing is to write. Even if you start with, I'm going to the zoo today. It improves. Over the weeks, I'm going to the zoo. It's going to be a sunny day. Today, I'm going to kick the fucking ape in the stomach. Whatever the fuck you're going to do. And we've become too booky and we think too much. Mm-hmm. Okay? When I got called for basketball, do you think I went to an acting class before that? Do you think I knew anything about acting? I knew about Bruce Lee flying through the air, and I knew about The Godfather, and I liked Marlon Brando, how he acted, but I didn't know anything. I still remember going on that set and them going, step on your mark. And I'm like, what mark?
Fuck.
And they're like, the marks, your marks. And then I remember going to another acting job, and they were saying the same things to me, and I had to tell them, I don't know what I'm doing.
No, but they like that.
And they're like, how the fuck I don't know what I'm doing. Mm-hmm. And the only thing that saved me was that girl, her father was big. Sidney Poitier.
Oh, shit.
And that was his daughter. And when I worked and lived in Snowmass, Sidney Poitier used to come into the video store with that little black girl. And I asked her, I go, you remember going to Snowmass as a kid? She goes, yeah, all the time, my dad. I go, I used to come into Command the Video. Ask your dad next time you talk to him. She goes, I'll ask him tonight. She came back. She's like, yeah. Oh, my God. I go, yeah, your dad used to come in. So she was kind of nice to me.
Yeah.
She was like, I'll show you what to do. I go, I don't know what the fuck I'm doing. Bro, as soon as that movie ended, as soon as that TV show ended, I borrowed money from Josh Wolf and I got into an acting class.
Right.
Do you follow me? Because now it was getting serious. Like, I thought I was just going to fucking, go up there but they were giving me lines and shit. Mm-hmm. So I didn't know.
How dare they?
You want me to read? Oh, yeah. So I didn't know what I was doing. So then I went to an acting class, and then as I was doing the acting class, I started booking while I was doing the acting class. And it kind of came together. But I didn't just do it. Like, there's people that'll tell you, there's schools in California that if you go to their act, they'll tell you, you can't go on auditions for 2 years.
2 years?
You know what? Fuck you. You don't even know what you're talking about, because now they get to blend it together. Like they get to go to class.
Right.
It's like being a union plumber. If you're an apprentice, you got to go to Teterboro twice a week and learn how to fucking burn shit and fucking, and then you're on the job.
Right.
And you might start as a laborer carrying pipe.
Right.
But eventually all that shit's going to mix together. So you're going to be doing pipe, and then you go over there, and they're going to be teaching you how to do the same pipe. That's when it all is really insane.
1,000%.
But I would never tell you, you're going to be my comedy student, but don't get on stage. No, I want you to fail.
Right.
I want you to come with questions for me every week going, I did my best material, and they threw a tomato at me. All right, let's start from the videotape. Let's see the videotape. But that's what I think, that people, they get too booky, and then they don't end up doing anything. Or they get into something without really. So it's kind of a catch-22.
It really is. Because it's like, as someone listening to it, not mad at you or anything, but it's like you can't. It's hard to be like, okay, get prepared, but then also don't do some of this stuff. Like it's, it's like sort of like if you have to prepare doing certain things, like certain roles or certain set, like doing the open mics, doing those 4 p.m. open mics, and it's hard to know when to cut it off for yourself.
You cut it off when you think it's time to. Listen, you know what the difference between a professional and an amateur is in anything?
What's that?
A mindset. If you really fucking think about it.
But there's a lot of people who are really sure
I
they're
will hire
good.
you as a laborer to come in here every day and bang nails and shit, but you'll feel like a laborer until one day you look me in the eye and go, what do you think? You only got to paint? What do you think? You know what I can do? I can do this too. I'm a fucking painter, and I want $15 more than what you're paying me. It's your decision. An amateur and a professional, it's you. It's not somebody else holding you back. You decide when you're going to go, I'm going to do this as a fucking professional. They want me to be here at 8, I'm going to be here at 7:45. I'm going to be the best motherfucker in this room. That's the difference between an amateur and a professional. It's not,
Right, but then also, and going to all these open mics and these shows, I see it. There's people who have that mentality that you have, but don't have the skill.
Well, listen, there's a lot of people who are complacent. And that's the thing that'll kill you the most, is you got to ask questions.
Right.
The cat died 7 times because he was fucking curious. Not because he sat there, looking at his window and the old lady who does the yarn every day.
Right.
The cat looks out the window and goes, look at that fucking bird. Maybe I'll kick his fucking ass today. And then he goes out and the bird fucks him up. He comes in, has a cat of tuna, and then you follow me? It's the same
1,000%.
shit. You all right, though?
I'm great, but because there's definitely people, and people could be listening, asking if it's me, but they're like, I know you've seen it, comics who just aren't funny, and like to make the decision, like if they're listening right now, and they're like, okay, I got to do this, I'm not doing it, but then maybe they're not doing what they're supposed to be doing, what's right for them. Isn't it kind of weird?
Let me go pee.
All right.
And then we'll talk about. I got to talk to these people about DraftKings and BetterHelp.
Perfect.
And then I'll come back, give you time to relax. I could see that.
Yeah, everything's moving right now.
Yeah,
so
everything's moving.
I'm really trying to keep it cool, to be honest with you.
We'll be back in 30 seconds. What's happening, you beautiful people? Uncle Joey here to talk to you about March. When it comes to college basketball, nothing is for certain. You'll watch upsets, buzzer beaters, top picks going home early. Get it on full action with DraftKings Sportsbook. You understand me? Whether it's the live betting, exclusive content, promos, parlays, it's the thing to do this March. The birds are chirping, the sun is out, but you need some more action, okay? Now, if you haven't put a bet in with DraftKings before, first time, here's something special for you. Ready? New DraftKings customers, new customers only. You're going to bet $5 and you're going to get 200 in bonus bets like that. Viva la France. Bet the unexpected with DraftKings Sportsbook. Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app right now. Use code JOEY, Joey. That's code JOEY for new customers only to get 200 in bonus bets when you just bet $5. A fin to get in. Who's better than you? Only at DraftKings, where the crown is yours.
Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. In New York, call 877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY 467-369. In Connecticut, help is available for problem gambling. Call 888-789-7777 or visit ccpg.org. Please play responsibly. On behalf of Boot Hill Casino and Resort in Kansas, 21 and over. Age and eligibility varies by jurisdiction. Void in Ontario. New customers only. Bonus bets expire 168 hours after issuance. For additional terms and responsible gaming resources, see dkng.co/audio.
This episode is also brought to you by BetterHelp, one of my favorite sponsors in the world. Why? Traditional in-person therapy can cost you anywhere from $100 to $250 a session to $400. With BetterHelp's online therapy, you can save an average up to 50% per session. Listen, the summer's coming. It's that time of the year. Mental health is just as important as physical health. So it's time to give that brain a checkup. Listen, I was with BetterHelp for like 9-10 months. They helped me out a lot with anxiety. They gave me a couple tools to work for. What's the color of the wall? Blue. Okay. With over 30,000 therapists, BetterHelp is the world's largest online therapy platform. They've served over 5 million people globally, and one of them has been me. If you want to switch therapists, it's done. It's easy to get started. It's easy to fit into your schedule. Your well-being is worth it. Visit BetterHelp.com/Diaz, D-I-A-Z, today to get 10% off your first month. That's BetterHelp.com, HELP.com/Diaz. And BetterHelp will help you out. Trust me when I'm telling you. I give you my personal fucking word on this. And that's it, guys. We're back, bitches. Don't forget, if you're hearing voices, BetterHelp will help you. And if, DraftKings, it's March, baby. It's the month you've been waiting for. Anyway, we're back to talk to Lee about hearing voices.
You're seeing ghosts.
He calls fucking BetterHelp once a month, this poor bastard. Anyway.
Me? I love
Lee, you were
BetterHelp.
talking about bond. Lee, listen. Who the fuck am I or you? Have you ever had somebody come up to you and make a weird remark? Like the first 5 or 6 years you do comedy, people come up to you and make the weirdest remarks. And sometimes your feelings get hurt. Sometimes you don't know how to really handle it. You're just starting out. Mm-hmm. And I'm from North Bergen. I still remember doing a show in the city, and your uncle and a bunch of guys driving me. And on the way back, they're like, "You suck." Right in the car. They're like, "No, you suck." Like, that guy was funny, not you. You're not funny. And that's how we were raised. We weren't raised with, "Oh my God, that was so brave." Nah. My friends will look at you and go, "You know what? You suck tonight. That was god awful." And I would sit there in the back of the car, ready to cry, just doing coke, like, "Okay, I suck." And it hurts. It's not good. So who the fuck am I to tell somebody they're not funny? I think somebody would rather hear that their mother's a whore.
Yeah.
Than somebody going up to somebody going, "You're really not funny. You should quit this shit." Because there was a time none of us were funny. Mm-hmm. And one day you just hit a fucking stage point. It's like anything else in life. You go to jiu-jitsu, you get fucking torn apart for 18 months, and one day you decide to do something, and all of a sudden it just changes. With stand-up, it's like these people get punched in the head for a living. We were talking about that before. They could be retarded after one punch, or they could be retarded after 5,000 punches. You just don't know what punch is going to make them a fucking retard. It's going to make them call BetterHelp and go,
Oh, they're going to love this.
So I can never, ever tell a comic or a human being that they're not funny. If they believe they're funny, let them go. Let them go. And you'll see these, the longer you do comedy, you'll see open micers that show up everywhere and talk to them and go, "Bro, you ever..." Nah, I come down here, I do this, I go home, I hear voices, I live in my grandmother's basement. They'll tell you what they are.
Right.
And then 8 years from now, you'll hear they killed themselves. I swear to God, when I lived in Syatt, I'm not being a joke here. Plenty of open mics killed them. Some guy got off stage at the Comedy Store, went to the hotel, and jumped off the top of the fucking hotel. This is the shit people do when this is their whole life dream.
Right.
And this happens to musicians. How many fucking idiots go on that show, The Voice? Do you think about that? How many people? Your mom's like with one eye, she got diabetes. "You sing good in the shower. I'll go down to The Voice." "Okay." And you go down there and do Dolly Parton. It sounds like Joey Diaz. And they tell you, "Come back. That was great. That was great. We'll call you." How many times can you hear that?
Yeah.
So I can never tell somebody they suck. They have a dream, and then let them go out there and pursue it.
But have you? And it's tough because that's not obviously not with stand-up.
Now, from the other side of that, let me just tell you something. About 10 days ago,
Okay.
I'm not gonna lie to you, I saw a name from LA that I had forgotten about, and the first thing in my mind was that I said this to myself. I go, "She didn't shoot herself yet," because 20 years she's been trying this.
Right.
25 years. So in the back of she got there, she was there 5 years before I was there. And she's still doing this. So I forgot about her. I've been out of LA for 5 fucking years, so obviously I forgot, and I go, "She didn't shoot herself yet?" That was my first reaction. So I
Right.
get it. Like right now, what I know, I would have left LA in 2013.
Wow.
I wasted my time for 8 years. I could have done whatever I was doing anywhere else because all it is now, you just rotate. You're doing the goddamn Jam, the Improv, the Laugh Factory, the Comedy Store. And you're just a revolving thing. And if you do get something out of that, it's like, why am I going to go see him? He's going to be at the Comedy Store tomorrow night. You're just a revolving door. You're wasting your time.
Right, but for stand-up specifically, you don't think being like at the store once a week helped?
Not as of 10 years ago.
Wow.
It helps you. But if you're already established at the store,
Right,
and
I
you're
mean-
established at the Improv, and you're established at the Laugh Factory, why are you still there if you're not acting? You're just going around every night. I got another show. I'm at the whatever. It's just a rotating door.
Right, but you said you would have left in 2013, and I'm not talking about
If I
career.
knew what I knew now,
I'm not even take career out of it. I'm talking about you, because you know when you're funny and you know when your jokes are where they're supposed to be. Do you think you would have been as funny if you left LA?
at that point, at 2013, I was doing comedy. What? 20-something fucking years already. I mean, 2015. I thought I saw a mouse.
I thought I'd seen a lot of things.
It was a little leaf. But 2015, listen, one thing about me and my comedy career, I don't base it on anything. Anybody ever want to fucking say anything to me, I just say one word. Comedy Store from 2016 to the pandemic hit. Mm-hmm. That's it, bitch. You want to say something about me? Come on a Tuesday and Thursday. Look at those lineups and what do you want to say? What the fuck do you can't say a word to me. Can't say a word to me because those lineups will never happen again. When you're following Bill Burr and bringing up fucking Rogan or bringing up Ali Wong or bringing up Whitney Cummings, you saw those lineups.
Yeah.
You saw those rooms in the main room. Forget Netflix special and all that faggotry that they got, you know, the Howard, the Mark Twain Award for comedy. All
Right.
that, Mark Twain can suck my dick. The only thing that counts in my world for me was those nights at the store.
Right.
If you ever had any fucking doubt, come on down, motherfucker, and try it. Give it a whirl. Give it a whirl. But you didn't. But you're somewhere else lying, trying to fucking lay claim. Don't even, for me, it wasn't anything else. It was those 4 years. When you walked in there on Tuesday, most people would faint. Because I know I felt like fucking fainting. When I would come around that liquor store, you know, when you get off Laurel Canyon,
Yeah.
I'd go like, why am I going down there? I am going down there to destroy my career. I'm going to the ADCC, whatever the fuck that is. If I have a bad set down here, it's going to get around. Mm-hmm. So when I would hit that fucking stage, I made sure. Like I just heard Judd Apatow went back to the store. That's because Papa's not there. Because Papa jagged him so bad, he had to go to. When you're not that funny, then you go to another club called, what's that club? Largo. That's where they call it alternative comedy. Oh my God, that's so brilliant. That's where you go. But on Tuesdays and Thursdays, that kind of comedy didn't work. That comedy was never designed for the Comedy Store.
Right.
Like if you go into the club in the city, I'll take you to the club in the city now, that shit wouldn't work at the Comedy Store. Would not work. She engraved Marines. That's what she wanted, Marines. People who jump out of a plane, land, and instead of it exploding, they make you laugh. That's what Mitzi Shore trained. Mm-hmm. And I was a part of that. So everybody, all these, you know, these people that you see on these comedy award shows, like Steve Martin with an arrow in his head, he could suck my dick.
So like, I know we're
And I'm not
fucked up.
saying nothing disrespectful to nobody. I'm just telling you how I feel. And if you have a problem with that, come on down.
Right, but you also said at the beginning, they said if you knew what you knew now, you would have left.
I would have
before
left.
that.
I would have left. But that is something that sticks out in my mind. I'm happy I didn't.
Okay.
Because I was part of those fucking lineups. And
You weren't just part of them, dude. You were fucking.
A lot of people wouldn't make those lineups today. A lot of people would walk in, look at that lineup and go, my mother's in bad shape. I got to run home, you know.
Yeah.
And I saw it. I saw it. For years, you couldn't be an okey-doke comic and walk into the store. it was not going to work for you.
No.
And now, over the years, it's gotten softer. And oh my God, I love your hair. That shit did not work.
God damn it. It was someone I just was watching like a really great comic talking about competition. And he was saying that it wasn't, maybe it was Bill Murray. I don't know. But it was Bill Murray. But it wasn't so much
Bill
like
Murray?
Bill Murray. You know, I'm not in a stand-up sense, but in an acting sense. He's like, okay. And that's what the store felt like then, and I wasn't part of it, but to like, it was all of the best in the world being the best. So if you were even a step below, it would have been like noticeable. It would have been noticeable, I think.
Very noticeable.
And I think, you know, like that's, I'm glad you stayed for that too. Cause like, dude, I don't know. And I just like going to shows back then and having people like, whether it was the 20 minutes of the store or the hour, it was just a crazy. I've never experienced stand-up like that.
No, it was hard-hitting. All those people that wear hats, that take pictures of themselves smoking a cigarette, that think they're cool, they disappeared from there. Anybody with scarves, you know, guys that wear scarves to be cool on a Tuesday night, they disappeared from there. Tattoos and piercings, that shit didn't go over. It was a stage and a microphone. And you better bring it, just like life. You come with all disguises you want. The piercing, yeah. Mm-hmm. Come with all disguises you want. When that shit blows over, if either you got it or you don't. You can wear your little skull caps and smoke a cigarette and be cool in front of your friends. But when the shit comes down, either you got it or you don't. Those hats, those tattoos, those hairdos with the spike, you know, I'm going to put blonde streaks. So my friends come up to me and go, oh my God, no, that's not funny.
Right.
And that's what happened. That's why you go to some comedy clubs, people up there with like a suit with sneakers on. Go fuck yourself. Go fuck yourself. This ain't a costume party.
Yeah, there's a lot of that.
You know, this ain't a costume party. You know, and that's why I always respected the store, and I respected coming out of the store. I saw a fucking dude play the piano one night at the store, and Eddie Griffin went up there and he goes, this ain't the music store, motherfucker. This is the comedy store, bitch.
Oh, no.
And the guy would kill.
Yeah.
The guy would kill with his piano. He's a black guy. La, 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 la. Like, this ain't the music store, motherfucker. The Guitar Center's down the corner. Mm-hmm. You go down there, play all the guitars you want, drums and pianos. It's not fucking comedy. And now what they've done, well, I'm not even going to get to the subject there, because I have people banding up a fucking a thing, you know, abandoning ship. But, you know, right now you're in a spot, Lee, that you have to make it, you have to be funny and figure it out on your own. That's it. You have to figure this out on your own. In time, you'll latch on to a club that gives you 7 spots a week.
That'd be great.
And then you can work your shit. And then it's going to take one person to go, hey, how come you're not at New York Comedy Club? I banged the sister. Let me call. That's what happens. For years, you're over there sending tapes, going over. And all of a sudden, it takes one guy to go, I play golf with the fucking guy. You want me to call him tomorrow? And that's what happens. But at least you're not at home. And that guy said to you, I'll talk to him tomorrow. What if you're just sitting at home with your girlfriend? Nobody gives me a spot. I can't get through in New York. And all of a sudden, I get you at the New York Comedy Club. Now you're fucked.
Yeah.
You're there. You're prepared. Like when you do people think I used to go on the Rogan podcast and just get high. I love that.
Right.
I love that. Everything was planned down to my shirt.
Yeah.
Everything is planned. I want you to think I'm stoned. Yeah, keep thinking that, motherfucker. That's how I'd rob you. And then you say, he's a thief, because you thought I was you thought I was too coked up to put a gun to your fucking head. Well, I'm not, okay?
Yeah.
I'm not, okay? So it's the same thing. When I went on Rogan, I knew I was going on a Tonight Show.
Right.
So you better bring some shit to make him go back and the people at home go, what the fuck is he talking about? Because he's got 1,000 guests on a year.
Right.
So if you want to go on there with your okey doke story about your grandmother or some bullshit that your father got a splinter, you got to go over there and drop it. And that's the comedy scene in New York. When you get your chance, listen, bro, you know there's the do a spot in front of Mitzi Shore when you're doing comedy for 8 years. It was scary, but I knew it was that or me going back to North Bergen to sell drugs until I got shot or OD'd or died. That's how I fucking did it.
And it's weird to think this. This is the first thing I've been confident in probably my entire life.
What, comedy?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's confidence is not something I feel a lot. And I thought I did. Like I liked editing when I went to college for it. I was okay at it. But this comedy being confident in comedy, and I'm not saying for where I am. Like the last 2-3 months, I feel very confident that I didn't.
Why
before.
do you feel confident? Because you're prepared.
Okay.
Okay. Nobody likes surprises because they're not prepared.
Right.
Right?
Yeah.
You're prepared, motherfucker. And getting on stage every night, and I know. Listen, man. 5, 6, 7 years of comedy, it sucks. It sucks. You're trying to give up your job. You're trying to quit your day job. You're trying to make enough money every month to keep that. There's always a club that doesn't want to talk to you. There's always, there's always an obstacle. But there's obstacles in life.
Right.
So the first obstacle you have now is getting rid of this fucking job next year. That's one obstacle. Now you got to make enough money to pay the bills and all that shit. And that stress alone will kill you. And that's why you don't go on vacation.
Right.
Because the first, you become like, I always tell people, I've loved working on commissions since I'm a kid. You know why? Because on the first, you and me are even. There's no, Joey Diaz been doing comedy for 30 years. There's none of that. We're even on the first. And that gets my dick hard. I never wanted, why are you going to, well, I'm working for this. Well, you have a ceiling over your head now. Mm-hmm. So go for it, motherfucker. If you're on commission, you got to tell mama, we're not going to Parakeet Islands this year, and stick to it. I don't give a fuck, dump me. I'm not fucking doing it. I don't have time to lose. When I'm 60, then I'll fucking go to Parakeet Islands or whatever idea your family has, or all this shit. If you want something, you got to go for it, man.
Yeah.
And that's it. You're in New York. You're in the fucking major leagues. So you better go home and think about, how do you belong in the major leagues?
I know I belong.
Maybe you're looking at this differently. I want you to look at it like, what am I going to do to belong in the major leagues? Took me 7 years to realize I was in the major leagues. And I stopped snorting coke, and I go, I'm in the major leagues, motherfucker. What the fuck am I doing with my life? You're in the major leagues, not as major as L.A.,
Right.
but you're right there. So you have to switch your thinking and get, how am I going to get noticed? Because that's pretty much it. Mm-hmm. You have to get mentioned before you get noticed. So somebody's going to have to go, man, have you seen this little fucking Julie Syatt? He was on fire the other night at this place,
Yeah.
And it's such a fucking catch-22. And you guys think like, look, I remember going to L.A., you can't get an agent. Well, why can't I get an agent? Because you got to have something. Well, the only way I could book a movie is if I have an agent. Well, figure it the fuck out.
Right.
And you walk out of the office going, what am I going to do? Okay, I got to go down to the fucking thing every Wednesday. George, remember? Every Thursday, I used to buy that stupid magazine that they used to sell at all the newsstands in New York. Well, they sell those in L.A. too. And you got to go in there and open up the paper and go, oh, I'm going to go do a college film that shoots at night with 3 Chinese kids that don't know how to shoot a film. They're going to shoot my feet. And that's what I did for 2 years. I just applied for all those, and I would get it on Wednesday, so the envelopes went out on Thursday, and I would hear back by Friday. There was no like, oh, well, and I would do that while I was coked out. When I get home from the Comedy Store, I'd fucking do those envelopes and write out with your hand instead of typing, so they know you put the time into it. It's fucking A to Z. It's not just, it's A to Z, and that's what a lot of people don't understand, and that's why people become magicians. Because they don't want to put the work in. They don't want to put the fucking work in, Lee. So
Right.
you got the world by the balls, you're young, you got money put away, it's time to really sit down and write your goals and not overthink shit. Mm-hmm. You're the type of guy that you have a plan, and then in war, you change it.
Yeah.
Stick to it, motherfucking plan. You haven't even really executed it, but stick to it. put a new reel up every 3 months. But I got to see it on Facebook. I got to see it on Instagram. I got to see it on my daughter's Instagram. Like if I look at her Instagram, whatever, kid Instagram, I want to see somebody sharing it on there. Those are little things that you do, and even if nobody sees it, who's watching?
The universe.
The universe.
Yeah.
The universe is always fucking watching. And even if nobody says, well, I didn't get any of your packages, great. You'll get one when it's too fucking late, when it's the apocalypse. And that's the package will leave coming. But that's how you have to look at it. But you can't give up.
No.
Listen, don't get down on yourself, bitch. I get down on myself, and I've been doing this for 33 fucking years. And I know in the beginning when I was struggling, I'd really get down on myself.
Yeah.
For a few days. It's an emotion.
Like if you bombed, you'd get down on yourself?
Fuck yeah. Fuck yeah. Like what? And right away, you'll know what happened. Right?
Yeah.
When you bomb, as soon as you get off that stage, as soon as before your girlfriend comes up to you, oh my God, you were so funny. No, I wasn't. Shut the fuck up. I already know what I did wrong. I went up there with too ego. I went up there with too much ego. I went up there with too much bravado. I didn't introduce myself properly. There's 1,000 reasons why you didn't bomb. And yeah, in my mind, all those reasons, shove them up your ass. I bombed because I sucked. And you could give yourself, oh, the wind. You know, there's comics that the microphone system. Keep telling yourself that.
Right.
Keep telling yourself that stupid excuse. You bombed because you suck. Go home, have a roast beef sandwich, and come back tomorrow, and let's try this motherfucker again. It's the same thing when the Haitian kid beats you up. You're not going to stay in. You're going to have a roast beef sandwich, go out there and go, let's go, Rudy the Haitian. Let's give it another 3 fucking rounds. And if you get beat up, it's the same shit. You go home, have another roast beef sandwich, and go out there on Wednesday. And eventually, you're going to get a punch in, and eventually, you're going to knock the motherfucker out.
Right. And I'm definitely feeling that, man. I think the part
I could see that I can see right now that you're feeling
you
that.
know exactly what I'm feeling. Fucking the only place in the world. Let's take all these mushrooms and then have a normal conversation.
All these mushrooms?
What
Stop
do you mean?
it. 1 gram. Unbelievable.
First of all, you sent pictures of 2 different mushrooms. They were 1/8. Also, you get here, a Ziploc bag, 26 different mushrooms in there.
I gave him the mushrooms.
No,
that
you
were in
did
the
not.
Bag. I swear to my daughter. I weighed the
And
mushrooms.
even if you did, that's
them in
still
the
3
bag.
grams of mushrooms. I'm fucked up.
Who gives a fuck, Lee?
What do you mean, who gives a fuck? I don't give. I'm not. Did I complain one podcast? I'm just fucking.
I hate mushrooms every week with Josh Wilson. Let it go, Lee. Stop it. You're not in training. You do that pussy shit during the week, those 25 milligrams, and you play high, and then you come here and look what happens to you.
I was fine.
You can either pay me now or
I've
pay
been
me
paying.
later.
I didn't say one weird thing. I haven't been leaning out of space in a long fucking time.
Why are you getting all upset?
Because you keep saying.
Because you dilly-dally.
No one's dilly-dally. I'm not too fucked up.
I gave him, in fact, I gave him a smaller one.
No, you didn't.
Then I'll show you right now, motherfucker.
A smaller one.
I'll show you.
It was short, but it was thick.
No, I gave him a smaller one.
A smaller one.
Look, I showed you this one.
You're using pictures from 8 months ago.
And this one was on 1.88.
I forgot about this. No, last week I kept saying you didn't weigh it. You didn't weigh it.
Look at
and then, dude,
he cries.
You're like, no, I didn't cry.
No matter
You said
what.
I weighed it. You're looking for pictures in October. You're like, I weighed it, and I'm just looking for the picture. You were in October looking for mushrooms that you'd already shit out and grown another mushroom.
I don't know a word he's saying. This poor little fucking
You know what I'm
Zombo.
saying.
I don't know nothing.
Yes, you do.
You're just over there getting all like, it's like Gaza, beat up your mom. What the fuck is wrong with you?
Because you keep saying I'm doing shit. I'm lying, and I haven't cried
Takes
once.
you 20 minutes to eat them.
I'm so sorry that the mushrooms don't taste good.
They don't taste good.
Who cares
Neither
how
does
long it
anything
takes
in
me to
life.
eat them?
You eat that fucking lizard meat.
What lizard meat have I
This
eaten?
shit you've been eating for 30 years, and now
You keep saying that they paid the restaurant paid Google off to take lizard meat off the review. You can't do that. There's no lizard meat. God
you've been
damn
eating
it.
lizard meat since I
can't
met
say
you.
anything about food in my entire. I'll be 60 years old saying I like this restaurant. Lizard meat.
Yeah, listen, you know why? It's like sucking a dick when you're 21. You're never going to win an argument after that. You know that. Yeah, well, I would have done this.
I didn't eat lizard meat. You
Didn't
said
suck
I
a
ate
dick
lizard
20
meat.
years ago? That never gets forgotten. You ate lizard meat at
I
that
did not.
restaurant on top of the French, and they told you it was carnitas.
First of all, I like carne asada. Not carne. You like
That
pork.
was not carne asada, Doug. This was the worst restaurant. You could see it was condemned, and he's in
It
there
was
every
not
week.
condemned.
20,000
Now
restaurants
maybe.
in North Hollywood. This
They
guy
all
would
look
pick,
condemned in North Hollywood. Have you seen
they
North
would-
Hollywood?
Yeah, and
The
you
entire
you
city
go
looks
eat 'em
condemned.
all at 'em. One night I gave him and his girlfriend a gift certificate to a fucking fine dining
Morton's.
establishment, Morton's, and these guys still didn't take it. Yeah,
We saved it. You gotta say, it was also for lunch, by the way.
Well,
So
she
we.
wanted to eat. Well, she wanted to eat some
This is a
fucking mystery
relationship 10
meat from
years ago.
somewhere.
Why
exactly.
am I in trouble for what she wanted to do when we lived in LA?
Because this falls on you.
No, it doesn't.
Okay, I
it
gave
doesn't
you
fall me in
$100
2025.
gift certificate for Morton's, and instead you went and got mystery meat somewhere because she wanted to get mystery meat, and so did you.
Okay, maybe I did.
A fine
I don't know. A
restaurant.
taco sounds good
So
sometimes.
now you're gonna fucking tell me you never
So
ate
the
lizard
first
meat.
day you get the gift card, I have to use the gift card?
Exactly. Immediately. Immediately. It's like if I'm going
Jesus.
to Burger King
Right?
and somebody gives me a fucking card to Maestro's to get a steak, there's no double thinking, Lee.
I wasn't double thinking. Dude, I
Listen,
don't know.
You
I don't
didn't end
remember
up
what
at the
happened last
steakhouse,
week.
did you not?
What?
You didn't end up at the steakhouse.
Probably not.
No. So that means
But
you
what
eat
does this have
lizard
to do
meat
with today? What are you
with that
talking
shit,
about?
Because
The steak I didn't get right away.
Look at
in
him.
2016.
Listen,
Look,
look at
don't even look at me.
Look at him. Look at him. He's losing
You're
his
saying
mind.
this
He's like
it's
a battered
normal
woman. Look at him. He
conversation.
won't stop.
Oh, you won't
Look
stop.
at him. He's
This
red.
was in 2016.
I haven't seen him that upset since fucking,
You're bringing up fucking a relationship that was 2
But
relationships ago.
that's like I said to you. Once you suck a dick, it'll never get forgotten. Once
What
you
dick
eat
did I
lizard
suck?
meat, once you eat lizard
I
meat.
didn't eat lizard meat though.
Yes, you did. You kept eating it over. We used to go to a place. Delicious breakfast place. Best bacon you ever had.
It was good bacon.
Ask him how many times he went there.
I went a
They would go
bunch.
to they would go to Denny's to eat
We
that.
would not go to Denny's, would he? No,
Yes, they
no. You're
would. They would
lying.
go to Denny's.
Fucking fake news.
get
I did
that.
not go to Denny's. The thing that you get upset about is that I would get it to go. I lived 2 blocks away,
Yeah,
and
why
yeah,
would
she
you get it to
wanted
go?
to get. Yeah, but I didn't go to Denny's that had fucking
went to
AIDS
Denny's
bacon.
too. You went to
I've
Denny's
been
too.
to Denny's with you.
No, you didn't.
When that place was open, we would go to. You're like, I like
Look
the
how upset he
milkshake
gets
thin.
people. Look, he's been eating lizard meat
I have no.
on French fries
Come
and
me
shit.
where I eat, motherfucker. You'll
Long
see it's not.
Beach.
Yeah,
Now-
carne asada fries is good.
Listen, I know carne asada fries, but the problem was there was no carne asada on those fries. It was lizard meat or pigeon, because you love those restaurants.
Well, then
Don't
pigeon tastes
try.
good, motherfucker. I don't know what
That's
the fuck
right.
you're talking
and now you
about.
want to say that with your little Jew feet. You want to say that you don't know nothing. Anyway, guys, it was a great show. This poor bastard.
I'm fine.
2
You'll be
hours.
fired up. You're talking about
We're gonna start
2016.
documenting how long it is to eat one.
I'm still not done with the
0.5
mushroom.
All right, let's say the mushroom was 1.5 grams. It still took him 22 minutes. He
Who
looks
timed
at
someone?
it. He looks at it. If I gave him a fucking egg roll, it would be done
Yeah, because it's a
in
much
3
more
seconds.
enjoyable
It could be 2
experience.
days old, and he would eat it in 3 seconds. A mushroom, but they don't taste good. What about the lizard meat you ate for years?
I didn't eat lizard meat.
Yes,
and
you
if I
did.
did eat, it was good.
Yeah, because they creamed it up.
Thank God.
They put cream on it, or they came on it, whatever the fuck you ate.
Oh, now they're coming on it?
Yeah, because you liked it. Anything but fucking straight up cocksucker. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed the show today. Sorry about this fucking mutage.
What did I do?
Never ate the mushrooms, never wants to be in training.
I'm in.
We're soldiers here. Look at the shape. Last week, he looked like he was doing coke. Every time you called him Lee, what? What? That wasn't me. But anyway,
Yeah.
Lee, where you at this weekend?
This weekend, I'm at Off Cabot, Friday and Saturday. The 29th, I'm at Broadway Comedy Club.
That's next week.
I know.
I didn't ask you about next week.
I told you.
I asked you about this week.
I know, and I told you where it was.
All right, but don't mention next week.
All right.
This week, we're at the dojo on Wednesday night. That's
dojo.
it. Doing a couple sets. I owe you people a shot since before the hospital stays. And that's it, motherfuckers. I love you. Tip Top Magoo. I want to thank DraftKings. I want to thank BetterHelp, Lee's people,
And Blue Chew.
Blue Chew. And I want to thank you guys for watching. Stay black. Have a great week, cocksuckers. What's up, beautiful people? Uncle Joey here. If you want the maximum out of your sex life, you need Blue Chew Max. It combines the active ingredients like Viagra and Cialis into one chewable tablet. Bam! This baby's gonna get the job done for you quickly. It acts fast and it seriously lasts. And if that's not enough, Blue Chew's online service sends your ED meds right to your door. Nobody knows nothing. You talk to the doctor, he approves it in 2 days. And listen, in 3 days, you'll be jumping up and down with a new margarita. You know what I'm talking about? Getting started is easy and totally online. You chat with a licensed medical provider, and if you're approved, you'll get your prescription in just days, guys. And listen, whether you don't have ED or you do have ED, no matter what, you're showing up with 3 guns. You follow me? She's not gonna want it. She's gonna call you the next day. What'd you hit me with, Papa? Anyway, make life easier by getting harder and discover your options at BlueChew.com. And there's a special deal for the Church New Testament family. You're going to get 1 month of Blue Chew for free. That's what I'm talking about, okay? It's March. What is it? March, April? Forget it. You start now in March. By July, you'll be a savage. You understand me? So do yourself a favor. Go to Blue Chew and press in promo code JOEY, Joey, and just pay $5 for shipping to get that party started. You understand me? That girl will be fucking jumping up and down when you get through with her with that Blue Chew pill. That's promo code Joey. Visit BlueChew.com for more details and important safety information. Like, don't eat 10 of them, you know what I'm saying? Because then you'll really fucking knock people out. And I want to thank Blue Chew for sponsoring the show.